President Trump just wrapped up his phone call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy about a possible ceasefire with Russia. And it comes just a day after the president spoke with President Vladimir Putin for nearly 2 hours about reaching a peace deal. But just hours after that call with Putin, Russia launched a series of air attacks. The drones hitting 2 hospitals in Ukraine, forcing patients and staff to evacuate there. Ukraine says Russia launched more than 40 of those drones. And NewsNation's Libby Dean following all of this live from the White House. Libby, what was said on this phone call between Trump and Zelenskyy?
Nichole, it just wrapped up, and President Trump says that he spoke with Zelenskyy for about an hour, and this call actually was mainly focused on another phone call, that one that we know happened yesterday between President Trump and Russian President Putin. Now, Trump, on a social media post, says that he's working to, quote, align both Russia and Ukraine in terms of their requests and needs, and that they're very much on track. Now, Trump promised more details on that call are going to be coming from his Secretary of State, as well as his national security advisors. Now, this phone call actually comes after President Putin and Trump spoke for nearly 2 hours on Tuesday, and Trump claimed Putin agreed to stop striking Ukrainian energy infrastructure. Then we saw overnight, we heard Ukraine and Russia accuse each other of striking the other, and then President Zelenskyy now claiming that the strikes are impacting their energy infrastructure. Now, we're still waiting on a readout from the Ukrainians, from Zelenskyy, but this is the first time that Zelenskyy and Trump have spoken on the phone since that very public disagreement that many people remember that happened in the Oval Office. So it seems like they're starting to smooth things over as they move forward with a ceasefire deal that they're trying to get from both sides right now. Nichole?
All right, Libby, so maybe starting to smooth some things over. Where does a peace deal stand at the moment?
Well, that's the end goal here, but a lot of closed-door negotiations taking place in the meantime, Nichole. And Trump's national security advisor, who has been the lead guy in these negotiations with Russia and Ukrainian officials, a lot of those happening behind closed doors, he's been there. And he said today that this is going to take time. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Shuttle diplomacy is difficult, it's tough, but we are going back and forth at every level, driving both sides towards a ceasefire and driving both sides towards an end to this war.
Now, despite Waltz pointing out there that this is shuttle diplomacy being conducted by the U.S., we've seen a lot of movement in these talks, with President Trump getting both Putin and Zelenskyy on the phone within 24 hours of each other. We also know that Russia and Ukrainian technical teams will meet in Saudi Arabia in the coming days to discuss expanding this partial ceasefire deal that President Trump and Putin have agreed on and then was spoken about today during that phone call with Zelenskyy.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.